Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Slime Basher channel. My name's Nick, and today what we're doing is drawing more Fakemon. So what I'm going to do is I have a pack of Pokemon cards, and then I am taking the Pokemon that I get from those packs, and I am spinning a roulette. And that roulette has different traits on it, like Mega, Paradox, whatever, and depending on what result I get, I combine that with the Pokemon cards, and we make a Fakemon. So, okay, the next card in our pack was a Belly Bolt. So what are we going to do with this guy? We are changing its type. So for my first idea for the concept here, as you can see from the my inspiration stuff on the left there, is I wanted to change up the kind of like thing Belly Bolt does. So with Belly Bolt, normally, you know, it has that like static shock type tummy where like you can like, it's like those balls where like you touch it with your hand and like the electroshocks like touch it. That's kind of like what his stomach is. So I was like, okay, what other kind of like silly, gimmicky, like light source do we have? And I came up then with the idea of a lava lamp. So I was like, okay, well, let's make this dude just one giant lava lamp type dude. So you can see his tummy is got all the goop in it, and his eyes, I decided, also would be part of this aspect. I know with original Belly Bolt, it's not like one big goop factory inside, or one big electroshock factory inside of him, but I was like, you know what, let's goop it up, and we'll do this. The other thing I wanted to do was, I was like, okay, so it's not just changing its type. I thought maybe I could start a region, a fake region, that these things could be, and this could just be a version of that. So I'm starting that up with some of these already, and that would be what I'm going to call the Vinlakian region, or Vinlake region. So here we have the Vinlakian Belly Bolt, a fire-water Pokemon, also known as the Groovy Frog Pokemon. It is 3'11 and weighs 249 pounds. The eyes on this Pokemon sometimes display unusual patterns. This can cause a form of hypnosis, but they are really organs meant to discharge extra heat built up in its body. Its belly generates heat, causing different liquids to bubble up and react inside, illuminating the room they stand in. To a Vinlakian Belly Bolt, this may seem like a natural process, but to onlookers, it looks like a very visually calming sight to behold. The abilities I gave it was Electromorphosis, Flash Fire, and hidden ability Damp. As for the colors, it's really just ones that I found that were cool. The lava lamps. I love lava lamps, by the way. But I thought it was just cool colors I saw. And as for the card, voila! It is a fire-type Pokemon, 160 HP. It has the ability Mellow Belly. While this Pokemon is in the active spot, once during your turn, you may flip a coin. On heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is confused. On tails, they are asleep. It has the attack Scald for 40. Flip a coin for each damage counter on this Pokemon. If you get heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is burned. So it's really just a good way of getting a Pokemon who's been injured to get the burn condition to begin with. Then it can use Sucker Punch with 90 times attack. This attack does 90 damage for every special condition your opponent's active Pokemon has. So this way, you are actively giving it different types of conditions to get that 90, that 180 off. And that is Vinlakian Belly Bolt. So next what we get is ourselves a Whirlipede. Well, let's see what we can do with this Whirlipede. Wheel spins just like one. We get another change type. Okay. I wanted to go a different route with this one, with the change type. So instead of making a Vinlakian Pokemon again, I thought I could just do a convergent evolution type Pokemon. And there's not a whole lot to express here. I'm like just trying to draw him as a beach ball. I thought that was like a fun, different way to go about it. Was just instead of like a giant tire wheel, he's just a giant ball. Most of this right now is me trying to decide a fun perspective. I'm like, I don't want to draw it one-to-one with the way Whirlipede is drawn. So I was like, let's do it from this angle, see if it's a little bit more dynamic. Stuttered there for a bit, but we got there. We got there. So it's just me trying to figure out how to make it look like a ball for a lot of this. I really like this, but I was like, it's just something weird about it. I didn't quite, maybe it's just the smallness of like the backside. I wanted to get more color in there. So I ended up being like, you know what, screw it. We're just gonna actually just invoke this, make him as Whirlipede as possible. But yeah, he's just a beach ball. So say hello to Swirlipede, a water-flying Pokemon, also known as the Beach Ball Pokemon. It is 3 foot high and weighs 40 pounds. Swirlipede is filled with air that lets it float. Its body is tough and allows it to take hard hits. Its favorite activity is to lift into the air and then crash down on people. Easily mistaken for a beach ball, Swirlipede often gets added into games of beach volleyball. It likes to play along and sees how long it takes to realize it is sabotaging. Despite its mischievous nature, Swirlipede genuinely likes playing games with people and is always trying to make new friends. It is sometimes lonely when it sees how popular other sports balls are. The abilities I gave it was Wind Rider, Magic Bounce, and the hidden ability Speed Boost. Its colors are based off of just different beach balls that I've seen, and that is really it. But, that's right, we have a card. Say hello to the Swirlipede card. It's 100 HP Water-type Pokemon with the ability Headbutt Bounce for 40, and an ability called Rebound. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Kind of helps you set up something going on there. Now, this was nothing special. It was just a beach ball, and we have so much time left in the episode, so I thought I would, just as a freebie, no drawing of a card, I would go ahead and just make a pre-evolution for Swirlipede, based off of Venipede, obviously. So let's just dive into how that looks. So the hardest part of this challenge was trying to figure out how to make a beach ball get that Venipede shape, because I wanted that shape to be still similar as much as possible. And then I was like, you know what? I bet a deflated beach ball could, in fact, make that shape. And so that was really the design process here, was trying to make it look like a ball, make it look deflated, and make it look vaguely similar to a Venipede as best I could. I eventually switched where the center of the ball was instead of making it the eye, because it is a different Pokemon. It's not just a deflated Swirlipede. I had to make it a little different. And so really, that's kind of just it. So say hello to Depleed. It's a water-type Pokemon, and it's also known as the Flatball Pokemon. Its height is 2'3" and weighs 20 pounds. Some researchers say Depleed looks very similar to the Venipede, though not all agree on this take. Often mistaken for just a deflated beach ball, Depleed are able to sneak up and eat food left out by beachgoers without much notice. They aren't very fast when navigating on the sand, but when they get into the water, they are able to swim with ease. Sometimes, however, they get mistaken for litter and people will grab them from their watery path and put them on land. The abilities I gave it were the same as before, Wind Rider, Magic Bounce, and Speed Boost. And I wanted to change up the colors a little bit to make it a little bit stand out more that it's a different Pokemon and not just a deflated version of Swirlipede. So we got a little bit of a different color palette and the dual tone shiny versus the 3 different colors. Let's take a look now at that card. So here we have Depleed. It's a 60 HP water Pokemon. It's also got Headbutt Bounce with 10 damage and Deflate Escape. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. That's really about it for Depleed. Well, that just about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed Vinlakian, Bellibolt, Swirlipede, and Depleed. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, please just subscribe, ring the bell, like the video. Tell me in the comments what you think about some of these, or if you think any of these cards are viable in any sense. Obviously, you'll see that 2 of them are not going to be very viable because they are just a basic in Stage 1. There's a whole other Pokemon in that evolutionary line that I didn't draw. Do you want me to draw that? Do you want that in a future video? Let me know. We can also revisit other pre-evolutions of Vinlakian Bellibolt, for instance. Just go ahead and give me your suggestions, in the comments. If you'd like to see more of Vinlake, the new region. If you'd like more of that, just let me know about that too. But otherwise, I will see you another time. Thanks for stopping by. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. See ya.